Y'all, I'm about to chat with y'all and tell y'all what I just went through and what I'm going through right now and what I have here right now. I gotta get the hotspot box. That's what she asked me for. Where did I put it? Y'all, this boy just pushed my daughter out of a moving car. And I just left his house to talk to his parents. And the believe it or not, the dad was there, and he was very respectful because they know I was recording, but we were both respectful to each other, as well as his brother that was there that was trying to make it seem like it's my daughter that the brother can't get away from, although he's bringing her to the house. So we're not going to play those games, and I told the dad that it's both of them that can't get away from each other. Let's not point it towards my daughter only, because I told him I don't take sides, and what I'm seeing, I don't like it. And I asked several times for this young man to leave my daughter alone, lock her, whatever. You say you can't get away from her, even though you just roll past my house. I got a video where I'm literally on the phone saying this boy is keep passing by my house, and he like that. And then boom, I get a call from my daughter right after he drive by. You can hear my daughter on my other daughter saying, "Mom, that's why he kept riding by." Because Sierra just called and said he kicked out the car. Because he want her money every time. I just told dad, every time my daughter get her money, he pop up. He calling her. But then, because right now, this month, he ain't had no access to her money like she had it before, had her taking my card and using her phone to take my money. And he just told on himself, because I said this the other day, that sometimes it don't even seem like that be my daughter texting. So she said today. So I just figured out something that's been him stealing money off my card. Because she said, "Mama, why did you tell him?" Because he cursing me out now. "Why did you tell him I let him get my phone?" And I'm like, who said anything about a phone? What is he talking about? So is he taking your phone for real? So that explains my transactions that don't seem right, that I didn't make. Hold up. It's so weird that they do this when these organizations do stuff to me the same day. And I'm gonna show y'all that, because I recorded myself pulling up to their house this time to show y'all, because I got it on here, but those videos I won't release it to y'all online. But I recorded it today off my phone to show y'all how close they live to the Freemason Lodge. Hold up. So I come out here, right? And I'm gonna show y'all too. If I forget, I'll come back. But I literally was out here. Police just kept riding by. Today was my off day today, and I said this in therapy. It's so weird. So I said I wasn't gonna go nowhere today. They forced me to come out. I cannot drive my car because I got the wrong lights. The police, those corrupt ones, I said like that, saw these lights right after I installed them and was trying to get up behind me. And I got home quick. So, and I've been here. So they're trying to get me out there so they could give me a fine or a ticket. So today I pressure washed the house, the porch, you know, back there in the backyard, just full of energy today. Me and my younger daughter. My older daughter was here and they're cleaning up. I go in there and pop up. It's like this boy keep popping up and coming to get her. And my older daughter is kind of like easy to take advantage of. And these people that been studying us this long, they know this. So, because all it takes is to say certain things to hurt her feelings, that she's like a daredevil a little bit, and it'll make her do stuff. And that's what these gang members been doing to her. Like, say stuff, your mama tell you to do you know, you can't do nothing. Your mama this, your mama that. Or say your mama won't let you get your money, and then make the girl come steal my card. So, so I stored away money places she would never look at, so that I could protect my granddaughter and myself, right? And barred her from getting her whole check, and she's been getting it weekly now. And this little boy is not liking it. It's funny, he started like I said it so many times. It's like they do this when her check come. When she used to get, I used to give my daughter, I used to chop it, pop, give her half, and then give her the, you know, the remainder of what I have left over after taking my grandbaby. She was left with a lot back then. And I noticed that everybody happy with her. The moment I started to chop it for that baby, this boy drugged her, stripped her clothes off on the same day she's supposed to get her deposit. It's like that because she got to do this and tell people stuff without telling them don't do that. Now, mind y'all, I just told y'all the other day in my live that the girl I used to caregive for told me, and she's related to this young man that my daughter talked to, right? They slipped and told me this information. So remember to keep that in mind. This young lady told me one day, best friend, what this mean? They said blah, blah, blah. And he told me to find a friend that got a check. Mind you, she got a check. Stared at her. I say, wake up. Did that in her head. They telling you that what they doing to you. Hello? And she's like, it's like a light bulb went off. She's like, oh shit. Oh shit. She got mad too. She was in her seat like, yeah, like we were vibing that day, but I could tell she was thrown fuck off, like in her mind, like, yeah, oh, these niggas for real. When a nigga asked me, nope, I said, I've been telling you that. Say it one more time. What you just said? Like shit like that. I'm like, say what you just said again. Yeah, when they call and ask me for money, nope. Kept saying that. So now my daughter hanging around this same group of people that I suspect of being a gang, because I told that young lady they move like a gang. So thanks to her for putting the puzzle together to let me know this young man is related to her, and he's rivals with my daughter baby daddy, who's been in jail for a while, right? He's in jail now. So you called this young man, let me play this. This young man called my daughter retarded and said her mama's retarded and all of that. And I never did nothing to them. Mind you, the same day he did this to my daughter, I was told when I went to check this young man and my daughter both at the same time, this young lady told me he tried to KILL his daddy earlier that day. So what was my thing was, I'm listening to the little girl. She tried to paint a picture that he's a crazy person. And he's you know, by telling me, oh, he just tried to KIL his daddy, but don't know what she just told me. Okay, so you just told me too much. So what was really the argument about with him and his dad that the same day you drugged my daughter and ripped her clothes off in front of a bunch of old men, like that young lady said? So I repeat that to them today, and they like, who told you that? Okay, let's play it. So I'm finna upload this so y'all can see me pull up. Okay, let's see. So, oh, I can't play that with the song. Let's turn it down. So I'm finna show you. Keep looking. They say right by the lodge. I'm finna turn in there. Look, there go the lodge right there. Right there. And this is the boy car right here. You see it? The lodge, his car, and they house right there. So I get out. I go talk to them. Let's see if I turn. Let's go to the other video where I recorded them. So I'm out the car right here. Let's turn it up. Hey, baby. Hey, is the lady the owner here? I was so nervous, y'all. Is the lady, what's his name? Her son. Sorry. No, I'm dead. What's up? You dad, can you talk to him? Because I've been nice to your son, and Sierra and him both in the wrong, but he keep putting his hands on her. She out in the middle of the street. I keep telling her to leave him alone, don't talk to him. So he done pushed her in the middle of the street, and the boy here now. Is he a man? Mercy hit her with his cousin. Swung on her. I ain't pressed no charges, no nothing, because I'm from the hood. I'm from Dade County. Like, this shit ain't nothing to me. But I try to be respectful. And he keep disrespecting my daughter. If you don't want to talk, you call. We all autistic. He calling her retarded. We autistic. She always put her hands on him. Sure. But he antagonizing the autistic person. I told him when he met her, hey, approach with caution. Treat her right, because she gonna snap on your ass if you ain't right. We told him so look, I ain't making her victimized, but you see how I'm talking? He can't get rid of her. But nah, hell no. Fuck no. When he passing by my house, oh nah. That's what she said. Oh, I see what he trying to say now. That's what she said. But I see what he trying to do. I spoke to him, but without her in the picture. And I spoke to him personally. This is why I'm coming out. I left it alone at first because I was at my door at first. Telling her to leave him alone. Yeah, I've been trying to too. But when you call somebody retarded, you keep coming around. It seems like he want her money. Every time she get money, he come around. Then he don't want to fuck with her. Then when she get her money again, he in her face. You punching her, ain't no excuse. If she talking shit in your face, stop fucking with her. I told her myself, what you keep going around the boys for if you, because I ain't taking her side. I'm definitely not taking, because it takes two to tango. He can't do. The police had rolled by and my phone stopped recording. So while I'm sitting there, they called the police. The police literally rolled the fuck by and zapped my phone instead of coming to help me out to see what was really going on. So, mind you, before this even, I got the phone call, they was riding 3 deep by me. It's like, and then I find out from my daughter that wherever she at, that he done kicked her out of the car, the police done pulled up to them. So, all day today, before all of this happened, let's not, because what they try to do is make stuff seem situational, like people just involved with the wrong people, like people, it's just her, it's just him. It's no. Because we're gonna take it back to where it came from. The fact that these corrupt police officers been trolling my ass on the same day they troll my ass. This Freemason, it's not alleged, this Freemason guy son always pop up to my house with drama on the same day. It's no coincidence. So either you sent him personally or you fucking used that technology to send him personally. But it came from you. The fact that they try to get this, that they just tried to get me and my daughter admitted to a hospital and it didn't work. And now, okay, what we'll do is make it look like she falling out in distress and going to people's homes and just causing a ruckus. And now she need to go in the hospital. Because that's what they doing. They can't fool me. We've been doing so good, y'all. We was actually about to go to Six Flags today. But organizations fucked with me today. And I called it just whatever. We'll go another day. Ain't gonna steal my joy. So we come out here and power wash the house. Do something that the program promised me they was gonna do. And I keep asking them to do it to get rid